Hello and welcome to this video today where we will go through the famous excerpt of Beethoven's Sixth Symphony, the second movement. Many of you might know this excerpt, so for you this video will be super interesting, and if you don't know this excerpt yet, you will learn a lot, you will learn new music, you will learn a new excerpt that might inspire you to go practice it yourself. So we will go through that based on sheet music and while listening to a recording together, and we'll analyze through what interpretation might be interesting to put onto this masterpiece. So let's go through and listen to it together first. This is from the amazing clarinetist Javier Martinez, Spanish clarinetist. So he's awesome. So we're gonna listen to his version now. Here it starts. Great. Love it. Hope you enjoyed that. I for sure enjoyed that. So that's one of my most favorite excerpts for the clarinet in the world. So what do we have here? In some editions, the excerpt starts here, and in some editions, the excerpt starts here. So in some auditions, you will have to play have to play that, but not always. Sometimes, for example, in German auditions, it will start here. So it just start in the main excerpt. So let's go through it. Very interesting. We have here a 12/8 bar. A 12/8 bar means that we have 3 8 notes, 3 8 notes, 3 8 notes, 3 8 notes in one bar. So we count it like this: 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. That is like our underlying bar, and that's also how we will count throughout the entire excerpt. So 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 bum ba da di dum pa dum dum 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 bi da 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 3 2 3 3, and so on. Now you have 3 times the same thing. Okay, so you have 3 times, and then you have another time, and then you have another time. So it might be interesting to find a way to bring these 3 gestures, because that's what they are. They're basically gestures. Then a second time, to bring these in relation to each other. So what I like to do is I would like to introduce the theme not too timid. So I would actually go with something like a mezzo forte plus for the first one. And then what I would do in the second one, so I would play this second one a little bit more timid. So introducing, a little bit more timid and maybe a little bit more questioning. So mezzo piano plus, something like this. And then the third one, to make it count, maybe forte minus, I don't know, but something like, so you have more questioning, and and then the third one is the one we make count. So first one, introduce. Second one, more timid. And then the third one, make it count. And out of the make it count, then take this energy over through the two rests that you have here. Okay, and then launch into the big phrase you have going on. By the way, a quick interruption, just 30 seconds. If you want to transform your clarinet playing in the next year, completely transform from here to here within 1 year, complete control over the clarinet, improve your musicality, sign up for the transformation year down below. You can schedule a free 30-minute technique diagnosis session with me where we will meet on a call. We will find out what currently holds you back and if I and clarinetmasterclass.com, the transformation year, can help you solve it. Do that right now and then continue with the video afterwards. So let's listen through that one more time and let's pay attention to this structure of the three introductions. That oh, sorry, this was now. Introduce. And now the third one. Okay, and then take the energy. Okay, great. And what I would then do after you had this, I would really breathe in a resistance in breath, so not a very quick in breath, not I would at least pace that out over 6-8 notes so that we can inhale the entire phrase to the entire extent. So let's look into the articulations in this first phrase here. We have an articulation written here. Most clarinetists don't do this articulation, which is not ideal because articulations are here so that we actually do them. So the way to do this is to actually end the G with the tongue and place the next G, and in between you have a silence that is very important. If you don't do that, you will rush into the next thing. If you do, then you will have an opportunity to actually create the articulation that is written. And you will do that throughout the entire thing. So you're going to do and also place this articulation that is written here after the silence. Yeah, so don't skip over the actual articulations that are written. And with the tongue. And then don't skip over that. And afterwards is our longest phrase. So the phrase continues more or less until the end of the piece. And something like that. So what I would do here is I would inhale, as before mentioned. I would do a resistance in breath during these pauses that we have. So that you can actually inhale the entire phrase that is going to come. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with this forte energy. You're going to block with the tongue. And this blocking with the tongue will have an effect that you can use, that you can change the color. So what you will do, you can do a color change onto the C, which basically means to restart the C in a piano, which allows you to reopen the phrase another time. Instead of rushing forte into the high C, you can start forte with a lot of sound. And you can restart the C in a different color. And this opportunity exists another time. Here. So basically you're going to do this every half bar, that you release in a new color so that the phrase never becomes boring. And like this we have these constant crescendos, which don't feel like crescendos. They feel like a continuation, constant continuation of the phrase. So that it never stands still, that the feeling is that it always moves forward. Great. What's very important here is to subdivide. So don't skip the subdividing. If you don't subdivide, it's very unlikely for you to keep the dotted quarter notes in exactly the right length. So most clarinetists played either too long or too short, but in order to know that you're exactly in the right rhythmical time, 1, 2, 3, da da dum, 1, 2, 3, da 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 dum, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da, without an exception. So that's very important. And yeah, those constant restartings with piano, so that you always can open up again the phrase, so that it doesn't become blasting through. With forte, yeah, that's quite important. Then what comes afterwards, I would also restart in a different color, just so that we have all of these color changes basically established. And here comes actually an articulation rule into play, that we have to articulate more gently in the high register. So this would be with D. Ya ta ta, ya ta ta ta. Yeah, and then we move into T's. Ta 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 ti 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 ta ta, and then again into T's, that we change with the consonant. We change the intensity of the articulation throughout the register, and this will actually cause it to sound even. You might not believe me, but in essence, if you do even stuff, it will sound uneven, because what our instrument naturally wants in the low register is to be diffuse, and it wants to be it wants to be punchy in the high register. So we have to actively, with the consonant, even out the intensity of the articulation. Da, 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 ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ti. And if you do that afterwards, you will notice now that I do that. Afterwards, in the fast tempo, it will seem even and very, very light. But what you have to think unevenly in your head. For this to come across, what you have to think, and I'm not even joking. So this is the amount of difference you have to use in the intensity of the articulation, releasing the notes throughout the registers. Yeah. So what also is important to control each note by itself. To, with the tongue, control the tone beginning and the tone ending. Each note has a stable body of the note. And we never give air impulses, so we play everything on legato air. And we don't do air impulses. Great. Here you can give a little bit of time. Sorry. So you have this opportunity for time. You can wait a little bit, just a little bit of time here to make the color change for the last phrase. And then give a little bit of weight for the low note, I would say. And here, don't make it too punchy. Still, it's an eighth note. So an eighth note wants to have a certain body of the note, because if you don't have the body, it will turn a little bit into a 16th note, which would not be ideal. And the reason why this passage doesn't work for many clarinetists is because they don't move until the D. So we just and if we don't try to reach the D with our air, stuff will not work out. And then you have the violas and the celli that take over from your trill. And you should, ideally, these two notes play exactly into the end of the melody of the viola and the celli. So not something virtuosic, but okay, so that this is kind of in a melodic way thought through and not mathematical, but think the melody that actually comes after you. Yeah, and another thing for the beginning of the solo is the actual action, the actual weight of the melody is not the clarinet. The clarinet is always the relaxation. So is the relaxation, And then the weight, the tension, like this is just my opinion, the tension or the weight is during the pause where the bassoon and other instruments play. And like this, we should find a way how this always sounds, how the clarinet has always the relaxation part of the music and not really da 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 da. Now I'm here, yeah, now I'm present. Fabian Hügli finally arrived at the concert hall, but a relaxing character from the other stuff that is building around you. We can listen through it one more time with all this stuff in the mind that we just discussed. Restart. Yeah, bravo to Javier Martinez here. But yeah, the key points. Key points to get this excerpt good is, I think, to have confidence in this passage. And to steer this completely with the tongue, nothing with your air impulses, okay? To have a complete game plan with what you do with your dynamics, and to make the third one count. So introduce, a little bit back off, and make the third one count, capture the energy, and then go through it with all these color changes. Color change. Color change. Wait. Now target the D. And relaxation. Yeah, that you go in a melodic way, not in a counting way. And also for these last 6 notes here, play them in legato air and no air impulses. Everything controlled with the tongue. And then the last note, place it. You have a little bit of time. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on this excerpt. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to sign up for your transformation year if you would be guided. If you would like to be guided through your personal transformation, in the link down below, you can schedule a free 30-minute technique diagnosis session together with me first, so that we can see where your bottleneck at the moment lies and what would be worth improving first and what would make you improve the most. And then we can discuss if a 1-year transformation at clarinetmasterclass.com would be a great fit for you. See you